Yo, it is so good to see you. Hey, if you're new to this channel, my name is Richard. I'm an entrepreneur as well as a high performance coach. And I'm so glad that you're here because this is actually going to be episode number 5 of the Skyrise series. Now, as I mentioned in all the previous episodes, if this is the first time you've ever seen a Skyrise series video, please pause this video right here, go click right there because that's going to take you to the playlist. Because Skyrise series episodes 1 through 4 is actually a continuation leading up to this episode, and this video literally will not make sense if you don't watch the previous one. So pause it, actually go back and watch that. And if you have been keeping up with this whole series, you asked, you love this series, and I'm happy to continue to serve you by making you more of these videos that give you those actionable, tactical takeaways that can help you go crush your life. Back to the story essentially of, if you remember from the previous video when I talked about at the end that Joel Marion, I finally got in contact with him after DMing him over 43 times to get him on the phone, for him to make an introduction with me and Vince Lomani, and that was where we left off the story. This was April of 2019, which as of the time of this recording was only 14 months ago. I hopped on this call with Vince, and he explains to me that he's looking for help right now and was wondering if I would be willing to intern for him for free for a couple months. Now, the only thing I knew about Vince was that he was a successful entrepreneur, he had impacted tens of thousands of people's lives through health and fitness online coaching, and that he was also a strong man of Christian faith. And I thought about myself, whenever I choose and want to work for someone and think about a mentor, I always think about myself. If I look at this person, can I see myself living like that kind of person? Then I thought to myself, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And I knew that Vince had started multiple online fitness companies, and the cool thing about his business is he was in the muscle building space, helping skinny guys build more muscle. And that was the exact problem that I had my 14-year-old self as a wrestler. I was so skinny and unconfident, and I knew I'd be totally happy to intern for Vince and work for him for free. And so that's exactly what I did for 3 months. And I knew, look, I have to serve first. I have to add value first. In the society and the world that we live in, every single person is always thinking, me, what's in it for me? If I'm in a friendship, what's in it for me? If I go to the school, what's in it for me? If I buy this product, what is in it for me? But if you want to succeed at networking, at forming genuine relationships with people, I knew you have to lead and add with value first. And I knew this one quote, it will always remain in my mind, which is, if serving is below you, then leading is above you. You see, so many people are too arrogant to even serve, to do the lowly tasks, to intern, to work for free, that they'll never be able to lead. Because you have to understand, if you want to serve, if you want to lead one day, you have to be able to serve first. And after a couple months, Vince, he actually invited me. He said, hey Richard, I'm actually having a mastermind event in Vancouver, and I'd love for you to go. The ticket is $2,000 to come to this online mastermind event. We're going to be teaching a lot of business concepts. All the entrepreneurs that are going to be attending are making over 6 figures a year. However, I'd be happy to waive the ticket for you, so it's free to come. However, you still need to buy your own plane ticket as well as your hotel. I didn't understand it back then, but now looking back, I actually understand why he did that. Because he wanted me to have skin in the game. He knew he wanted to test me and see if I was actually willing to make the flight from Southern California, Los Angeles, all the way up the West Coast to Vancouver in British Columbia to actually meet him in person. Because flights weren't cheap, and he knew that as a college student, as a broke college student, I didn't have a lot of money. So he wanted to see how badly I wanted it to work with him, to be able to be mentored by him. And guess what? I wanted it badly. I had a little over $1,000 in my bank account, and I calculated the plane ride plus the hotel fee was going to be about $800 on getting to this event. And guess what? I was so broke. I had so little money, I couldn't even stay at a hotel. I had to find a very crappy hostel that was about $20 or $30 every single night that I could stay at, just so I could save money to be able to afford food and plane ride while I was there. Now, when I go to this mastermind event, I get to meet Vince in person, and Vince was so impressed by my dedication to come to the event, to work for him for free for a few months, and said, hey Richard, how would you like to come to Toronto this summer to live with me, to intern with me, and to be mentored by me? I thought to myself, that is the literal exact thing that I was praying for months ago on December 27th, 2019, when my ATM got robbed. I said, God, could you please place a Christian business mentor in my life? And the crazy thing about this is you can actually see this entire journey be documented. This is when I first started my YouTube channel. I'll put a video right here of that video of me actually flying to Vancouver. It's insane, me looking back over a year now at the videos, because that was actually my legitimate story of where I was at that point in my life. And it was also at this event that I formed a relationship with Dan Lok. If you don't know, has over 2 million subscribers, 9-figure worth. He owns over 17 businesses as a very successful entrepreneur, and he also has a very good friendship with Vince. And Dan Lok was the first time there, and he actually mentored me for a bit, and he said, Richard, keep doing what you're doing. And then, when you're ready, start your own business. So that's exactly what I did. Now the crazy thing is, Dan Lok spoke at Vince Del Monte's event in Vancouver, and Dan Lok gave a keynote presentation called The 5 Secrets of How to Gain Your Next 10,000 Subscribers on YouTube over the next 100 days. As he was speaking, he called up to the stage and he said, just shout out wherever you are, how many YouTube subscribers do you have? And people in the audience, some people say 1,000 subscribers. One person says 20,000 subscribers. I said 200 subscribers. He stopped, he looked directly at me, and he said, we gotta change that. And the whole audience started laughing. I still remember that. That was 14 months ago, May of 2019, where Dan Lok said, we're gonna change and help you get away from 200 subscribers so you have way more. The business tactics and strategies I learned at that event, I started taking massive action on. My YouTube channel began to grow and grow and grow. Now, I attended this event called High Ticket Influencer with Vince and Dan, and this was actually a $10,000 ticket to show up at this 2-day event. However, because Vince had a personal relationship with Dan Lok, I got to go to this event for free. My mind was blown once again. I'm able to attend this event, and at that event, Dan explained exactly how he had built a multiple 8-figure online business through his YouTube channel. I started applying these once again to my own business, my own YouTube channel as well. And it was during this time that I was introduced into the whole business industry that I'm in right now, which is information products. As I'm sure you know, I have a high performance training program. It's an 8-week coaching program in which I help individuals on high performance, on their productivity, on their mindset. And the cool thing about an information product is there's no product cost. When you sell coaching, when you sell a training or a service, there's no physical cost associated with it, right? The profit margins on an information product is much faster. And as I started studying these business models, Joel Marion was running a $20 million a year ebook publishing information product business. Vince had 4 separate 7-figure information product businesses. Dan Lok had multiple 8-figure information product businesses. I started realizing, wow, info products, selling courses, coaching, services, this can scale so much faster. You can help change so many more people's lives without the need to sell something physical like an e-commerce product. And it just gave me this vision that, wow, I could create so much impact. I could help so many people with things that I'm good at. And at that time I was thinking, I'm really passionate, I'm really good at high performance. I could teach people on that. And it just made so much sense that, yeah, info products is one of the best businesses to be in. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna get into the info product businesses as well. Now, I did know that there are also a lot of people who scam, people who sell products that don't actually fulfill on what they actually offer. So I knew myself, I'm gonna be rock solid info products based entrepreneur so that whatever it is that I sell actually does the things that it says it was gonna do, and it actually changes people's lives. And I'm so grateful that my first product, the high performance training program, did exactly that. We changed 100 people's lives through the people who have gone through the program. So many, dozens and dozens of testimonials, and I'm gonna keep pushing so that this business becomes a 7-figure and eventually multiple 7-figure business in the next 1 or 2 years. Now, back to the story. I'm in Toronto, I'm working full-time, living in Vince's home, and what kind of experience do you think I'm having with mentorship? It was incredible. Vince was a competitive bodybuilder when he was younger, and so I started training with him every single day in the gym. I got so lean, I had a physical transformation that was incredible that summer, and I was learning so much business knowledge over the course of the past couple of months. I learned high ticket closing, which is how to sell on the phone packages of $1,000, $5,000, even $10,000. I started to learn leadership principles of how do you lead a team of 10 to 14 different individuals. I started to learn about how do you create, how do you sell, how do you market different kinds of information products to impact and serve more people. And of course, with my YouTube channel, I started to learn how do you grow a YouTube channel to be able to reach and serve and impact more people. All of these things I learned because I had this internship, and also because I took massive action to get there. The hand of God was clearly on me. At this point, I was not exclusively an entrepreneur because I was working as an intrapreneur within someone else's organization, but I was gaining the most entrepreneurial education possible. It was the best experience of my life. And so by the end of that summer, I came to this fork in the road in which I realized, wow, I could go back to school, in which I finish out my biology degree, I have one more year of school, or I could drop out and just continue down this entrepreneurial path and keep working with Vince. But I didn't know what to do. And so at this point, I get a phone call from Joel, because Joel had been speaking with Vince, and Joel says, Richard, it makes 0 sense that you would spend another $30,000 a year on UCLA education. And so you're delaying your business, you're delaying your income, you're delaying your entrepreneurial future by going back for 1 year of school. And I was so convinced that I was gonna drop out. Clearly, I didn't drop out, but there is a continuation of that story. And if you wanna hear the rest of this story, drop a comment down below with tell me more. If you wanna hear what happens exactly with how I decided not to drop out, why I didn't drop out, what I was considering, how close I was to dropping out, I want to tell you about the high performance training program. Something I mentioned earlier in this video. This is an 8-week personal mentorship program in which I teach individuals, students, high school students, university students, entrepreneurs, working professionals, busy moms and dads on how to become more productive versions of themselves. This Saturday, that's right, as you're watching this Saturday, I'm actually hosting a masterclass called Discover the 3 Secrets of How to Double Your Productivity while shaving off 12.5 hours of your work week. And this is going to be such a valuable presentation. In fact, I'll put a couple screenshots here of results of people have had from the high performance training program. I'm actually going to be giving you this high performance planner. This is an exact strategy that I'm going to be teaching you on how to plan out your days and make sure that they're structured so that you maximize every single minute without procrastinating. I'm giving that to you for free. All you need to do is register and sign up. And then the second thing I'm going to be giving you is actually my personal calendar. I want to over deliver for you. So if you want to go ahead and get that free training as well as these freebies, go ahead and click that first link below. That's going to take you to the registration page where you can type in your name and email to register for this Saturday's upcoming masterclass. And attending this masterclass is the only way to join the high performance training program. Hundreds of students have already gone through the high performance training program. Why have you not? All right, so I cannot wait to see you that Saturday, and I cannot wait to see you on the next video. So until next time, stay sharp, stay focused, and go crush it.